on YouTube and Twitch.
And
we're coming up to Facebook.
Live. We're cracking them off fast today.
We are. Really quick, national days, if I can read them off and type at the same time. Tomorrow, January 23rd, is National Handwriting Day. Does anyone do that anymore?
Yeah, that's a lost art.
It was an art, too. Some people have, like, beautiful handwriting. I'm really jealous.
You know, but somebody told me if a chick has really excellent handwriting, to watch the hell out.
Ooh. A good thing. I don't have good handwriting, but I know someone that does, and she's crazy.
Yeah, it was like a handwriting expert or something.
That's said crazy.
If a woman has excellent handwriting, just run 9,000 miles away.
January 24th, National Beer Can Appreciation Day. We're ending it on that. Screw Sunday.
Yes. Are we on YouTube?
We should be. You better be. I don't see either.
There's that funky slide guitar music that comes on every Monday through Friday, live at 5 on IE Newswire, on Twitch, Facebook, and...
Are we on YouTube?
I don't guess.
And YouTube! Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and share us all over your world, and head over to Twitch and hit that purple follow button too.
It says we are. It looks like we're on there.
I can't find it.
We're even on the same clothes that we got, so I think I see myself waving my finger across on the big hand, so I think we're... Yet about...
Maybe there's a delay on my end.
There normally is about a 30-second, I think a 20 or 30-second delay from where we're at to where it goes out on the video on Facebook. So that's why I can you see yourself in a time warp going back when you look at this.
Right. Saturday.
I know you got that right, man. You picked up on that.
No, because I know there's a delay, but usually it prompts me on my end quicker. Saturday is National Beer Can Appreciation Day.
Yes.
I just have to throw it out there again.
Beer Can Appreciation Day. Is that...
Oh, wait, no, that's the 24th.
24th. Which day is that?
That's Sunday. Even better.
Sunday is Beer Can Appreciation Day. Maybe we should build a house out of beer cans.
That'd be cool. Like a little teepee?
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, what else you do on Beer Can Appreciation Day?
I don't know.
Oh.
Play with beer cans, I guess? Collect them?
Duh.
You know what? Anyways, moving on.
Yeah. Want to get to this because this is a post we put up on IE Newswire today. We usually try and put a provocative, screenshot, something of there on there. Today is the day we did this one. Everything free is paid for by someone who works. No truer words have ever been spoken. There is free. Free is actually if there's one word in the dictionary we should eliminate is free, because it's an oxymoron, because there is nothing
but
free.
It's free to the person collecting it, though.
It may be at no cost
to the person collecting it. I love getting free stuff that you pay for. It's great. See, we can't get rid of it.
See, it's technically not free.
But to me it is. That's all that matters.
It was at no cost to you, but someone paid for it. Whether it be the sweat off of their brow or the money that they made from the sweat of their brow to pay for it, or that it doesn't fly out of the air anywhere. It doesn't magically, the sky doesn't rain money or gold or diamonds or anything else. You got to go out and make something of it. It's like the Milton Friedman example of, can one person make a pencil? Something so simple as that, but if you take all the processes that go through a pencil, probably one person could make a pencil, but it would probably take you 3 years to do it by the time you go through all the processes of making it something as simple that you pay, what, a penny or two for a pencil that's delivered to you.
Or you can get it for free
at the store.
At certain places. Don't take away free.
It doesn't exist. One of our biggest...
What about freedom of speech? Is that free?
That's freedom. No, it's not. That comes at a very, 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 very high cost of the many people who fought, died, and bled for your freedom that's slowly slipping away from us. But we still enjoy somewhat, or have for 200 plus years in the United States of America. If there is something, and that's what they say, freedom, that's the saying. Freedom does not come free. And some people have paid the ultimate price for others to have freedom. So that's why I wanted to do that. And it generated a lot of attention. I mean, over 100 shares on that and lots of comments on that, back and forth. But we got to break down the logic of this stuff going back and forth, else we're all going to drive crazy on that. Congressman Steve Stivers of Ohio. Now, we all heard Trump proposed it, or went on. We didn't pass the latest stimulus bill. Everybody got a $600 check, and it was supposed to be to $2,000. This is where we're going to go haywire with the whole thing. There is, even though you might get a stimulus check, somewhere you're going to have to pay that back with interest or something or other. This is the idiotic logic that goes on. Or you want to know why the swamp is just dangerous? Republican Steve Stivers, Congressman of Ohio, said this about the remaining $1,400 check. Let's see. Let me unmute it. Here we go.
Get it as quick as we can and get the uptake rate up. That's why I'd be willing to accept a $1,400 stimulus check if people were willing to take the vaccine.
So you going to take the vaccine for $1,400?
Yep. I'm just kidding. Hell no.
But
it is. I mean, it is tempting, but at the same time, that makes me sad that they're like dangling money in front of your face to get this crap in your arm.
Exactly.
It doesn't. But I don't know. I'm torn on it. I don't know. But I don't get. It's messed up because so many people are going to go and get that shot now that probably wouldn't have gone and got that shot. People need that money. That's sad.
And that's how they control you. They're going to tell you can't. We had to deal with Ticketmaster. You can't go to a concert unless you get a test that says you either got the vaccine or you ain't got this. They've got it all set up. This is how they slowly walk you in. And we're going to have to do the wild pig story from Arkansas on that, because we are living this right to a T of that. And this is how they suck you in to that. Even to propose something like that, this guy should be, if there's a recall initiative in Ohio, you guys need to start one on Steve Stivers. Republicans especially. And this is why the establishment, whether you want to call them Republicrats or the establishment of the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, they are all working to hose you under the workbench. This is the latest example of how they do it. Constitutionally, under our laws, they cannot mandate, federal government cannot mandate you getting a vaccine. But they can do this. It's just like we got Social Security.
It's going to work.
Obamacare, yes.
It's going to work.
This is how they suck you into this whole enchilada of going back.
I would definitely get it after it's been tested for a long time, but it's way too early to be getting. I don't even trust the flu shot, and that's been out forever. Stephen writes in on Facebook, and you probably don't want to get to it right now, but Biden's new gas tax. I don't know if you want to get into that or not. Stephen?
Oh, we'll get into that. But I wanted to do this because this is how they control you. And we all heard today the sad news that baseball legend Hank Aaron, who broke Babe Ruth's 714 home run mark as that, and I think was wound up with about 750 total. But he was after Babe Ruth set that in the 20s or 30s, and that was in '74 against the Dodgers. I remember that. I was watching the game when he did it, and that he passed away today, and he was 86, I believe. But this is what you won't hear, or what you are in all of this. You have not. I bet you 98.7% plus if you have not heard this. Baseball legend Hank Aaron got the virus vaccine in early January. This is a report on News 5, CBS. Baseball legend Hank Aaron, former UN Ambassador Andy Young, and former Health and Human Services Secretary Louis Sullivan got vaccinated against COVID-19 at the Morehouse School of Medicine Tuesday, January 5th, hoping to send a message to Black Americans that the shots are safe. So we come to today. Did you hear any of that? Hank Aaron's passing today? Did they mention anything about this? No, and they should, about the, it's great about the home run record, and he was a baseball legend in that. But when you said that, when we find out the vaccine, I don't care. If Anthony Fauci swore up and down and was giving me $1 million to take it, I wouldn't believe anything that comes out of that man's two-faced mouth, in my opinion. And would you trade your life or years off of your life for $1 million or $10 or what, or off the word of an Anthony Fauci, who has been, as you heard Peter Navarro say, what an arrogant SOB. And he was the one that was railing against Peter Navarro's memo to block the travel ban in China, that even Fauci had to come to admit was probably the single best thing we ever did in preventing the spread of COVID or making it worse on that. But that's what I got, because if you go to this whole thing, and I want to take you back to 1932. If you want to go with free, or you think free healthcare or government-run healthcare is a great idea, which there is no such thing as free. Tuskegee experiment, the infamous syphilis study. The Tuskegee experiment began in 1932 at a time when there was no known treatment for syphilis, a contagious venereal disease that, after being recruited by the promise of free medical care, 600 African-American men in Macon County, Alabama, were enrolled in a project which aimed to study the full progression of the disease. The participants were primarily sharecroppers, and many had never before visited a doctor's, but doctors from the U.S. Public Health Service, which was running the study, informed the participants, 999 men with latent syphilis and a controlled group of 201 others who were free of the disease, that they were being treated for bad blood, a term commonly used in the area time to refer to a variety of ailments. It slays me, for one thing, why you would trust a government official on anything, much less your health, or to tell you the accurate truth in something important. Or as important as this. They have a history of it. They've been doing it for years, and you don't think it's going on in 2021? If you don't, then... Again, I have oceanfront property for sale in Arizona. How much of it do you want to buy?
Can I buy all of it?
Yes.
How much?
For $2.50.
Shut up. Can I borrow $3?
Yes, because that's about that's 50% more than it's worth, because there is no oceanfront property in Arizona.
Stephen writes in on Facebook, I'm going to get the vaccine. I figure if for some reason they're going to make it mandatory for kids to be in school, I'll get it before my daughter. I just have to make an appointment. Go, Stephen.
That's your choice. And if, you know...
But you know what? I love the fact that he's going to go and get it for his daughter. That's a good dad right there. Good for you.
He's going to get it for his daughter.
Before his daughter gets it.
Well,
because she's probably going to have to get it to go back into school, I think.
And again, yeah, they're not going to mandate it, but yeah, you want your kids back in school, oh, you got to have the vaccine, or you got to do that. You got to have them wear masks. When there's no scientific evidence at all that they have come up with that shows any of this is spread between children and stuff, but that's coming of that, and that's what you think your kids are going back to school? Ha 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 ha.
You're so freaking negative, man.
I was laughing.
Did you hear that laugh?
COVID-19 cases, new syndrome on the rise among children, especially Latino children, and on it goes. This is in Cal Matters. You can see it. At least seven California children have died since the pandemic began. More than 350,000 kids have tested positive for the virus, and the number of youngsters is diagnosed with a new inflammatory syndrome continues to spread. That's where they're going. This whole enchilada about, we're going to do that of that. Here's another one. You think this is going? Do you think this is going to stop, Stephen, once you get the vaccine? Ha 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 ha. This is in CNBC. Dr. Fauci says new data shows COVID vaccines appear to be less effective against some new strains.
But I mean, that's kind of, it's like that with the flu shot too, though. I mean, if you get it, it's going to hit one of the strains, and it's usually not the right one. Right?
This is what you got to look forward to in the New York Times. Schools in pandemic, a report card. In Los Angeles, teachers and students struggle with no human contact. The nation's second largest district has kept classrooms closed since March. The superintendent acknowledges as disproportionately hurting students who can least afford it. Now, I'm going to take you back. That's why I ran the article of the Tuskegee Airmen in 1932. Disproportionately hurting students that can least afford it, and you have a heavily minority or black and Hispanic community in Los Angeles Unified School District. They said your kids ain't going back to school this school year, which is going to run through the summer. No matter what Gavin Newsom says, they're setting you up like deck chairs on the Titanic to watch you all sink. That's what you got to look forward to in this whole thing. This is what we call evidence that we've all brought. You can ignore it. You can comply. But if you comply, go watch The Obsolete Man from the Twilight Zone in 1961 and find out the ultimate outcome if you are the government or you think you're going to beat it if you comply. That's all I got to say.
Do you laugh? That scares me. Stephen likes it. I want to go back to the beach property you have in Arizona, though.
Yeah. You might as well. If you anybody that buys into all the stuff that we're going and all that. And I will say this, and I will encourage it up to the deal. Donald Trump, I'd say... Nancy Pelosi's going to hand walk the impeachment papers up to the Senate. I'd say, let's have 30 days of hearings on the impeachment. Miss Pelosi said, I lied about the election fraud, incited a riot. Donald Trump, you have your national stage to bring out every stack of evidence that you have on election fraud, this and that and everything. Pelosi put it in there. So I would say Chuck E. Schumer, Mitch McConnell, now both still majority and minority leaders of the Senate, who both said I was lying and that. I want a chance before the Senate, and however long it takes, to clear my good name.
You think it'll happen?
We shall see. I mean, it's in Trump's corner. McConnell's trying to delay it. We don't need to take this up till the middle of February. I'd say, hell no, I'm ready to go.
Middle of February.
Yeah, he doesn't want to start a trial, and they're floating a deal that they just want to sweep it under the rug and da-da-da-da-da, not deal with it, da-da-da-da-da. I would say...
But wait, what impeachment trial are we talking about? Trump's original one or
no,
the new one that just came out?
Yeah, the new one.
Against Biden?
No, against Trump.
Okay, got it. No, because we talked about yesterday the new impeachment one.
No, Nancy's walk, because that's passed. The one against Biden, just Marjorie Taylor Greene just proposed it. That's not an impeachment.
Okay.
The House has impeached Donald Trump for a second time. They did it, a week or two ago.
Right.
Then the next step is it goes to the Senate for the trial. And
now they're just saying whatever.
Yeah, and I would say, okay, I demand the amount of time it takes me to present my evidence to clear my good name. And he's got the form. There's no courts, no judges to do that. He can put Dr. Peter Navarro, Rudy, whomever you want, all the evidence, throw it out there. Put out everything you've got, because they made the accusation. The House, led by Nancy Pelosi, made the accusation that I was lying about election fraud and inciting riots and everything else. So here's your opportunity, Trump, to present your evidence and let the court of public opinion join or make a judgment on this.
Should be interesting. I hope he gets the floor though, and he's able to go up there and talk. I mean, I think he deserves it. I think anybody that goes to court deserves it, even if.
Yes,
no matter what happened,
I'm 100% on this stuff, because you go to the point of going through all this stuff, and where again, he said what he wanted to he wanted the case to bring out his evidence, the courts and everything, the election fraud and everything else. Now he has his opportunity to present his evidence in front of the American people. And here you go. I mean, that's, I'd say, let's do it right now.
Like now. Today. No, tomorrow. Today's almost over.
I mean, where else do you go with this?
What are you looking for?
Chucky Schumer's erection slip up. Oh, here we go. I think we have it. Speaking of impeachment, let's see if this is it. Yes. Speaking of impeachment, Chucky Schumer on the floor today made the deal. Yes, he wants to go to that. Here's his little rendition on the floor of the Senate, addressing impeachment and why he thinks President Trump should be impeached. Here we go.
Make no mistake, there will be a trial, and when that trial ends, senators will have to decide if they believe Donald John Trump incited the insurrection against the United States.
I love his face though when he says it. Did you see it?
Yes.
He was like, "Oh shoot."
I mean, how many old doddering fools do we have to have leading our government? We
slipped up.
We got Joe Biden, who can barely
it made
keep
you
his
laugh.
eyes open.
Hey, his speech today though, he looked awake.
You have Nancy Pelosi, which is 80 and Botox to the death. You have old man Schumer up there, who's reading from the script, no less. I mean, I could get it if you were doing that, but he's clearly reading from the script of his running of that on
Maybe he was reliving last night's dreams. Give me a break.
And that's probably all.
Come on, man.
He was. But I mean, I mean, this is what's leading our country, and we're supposed to be all just gung ho and on top of it, going for it. This is what you got to look for.
At least you get a good laugh.
And I mean, here's the other thing on that. Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy, and he was shown going in the presidency office, president's meeting with Trump, and the New York Times blows it up and says, "Oh, they're going election fraud and all this other." What? Bed and Bath and Kohl's dropped My Pillow and all that from that, and same thing. We're playing the game, but so the Daily Mail, I guess, according to this article in the Daily Beast. The Daily Mail dropped dime on Mike Lindell, said they're him and Jane Krakowski were having a big affair, kept it under wraps. The 30 Rock star Jane Krakowski denies a fling with My Pillow guy Mike Lindell. Of that, 30 Rock star Jane Krakowski is denying in the Daily Mail report she dated My Pillow Mike Lindell for 9 months before parting ways over the summer. Jane has never met Mike Lindell. She is not and has not ever had any relationship with him, romantic or otherwise, the actress and publicist said in a statement. She is, however, in full-fledged fantasy relationships with Brad Pitt, Renee Jean Page, and Kermit the Frog, and welcomes any and all coverage of those. Lindell also told the Daily Beast, "I have never met with the person and told the Daily Mail that my lawyers are going after them." And apparently, according to the information in the article, if I read it right, they both told the Daily Mail. They have never met each other, had nothing, and the Daily Mail prints it anyway on that. Again, disinformation campaign, it appears, or allegedly, that why would you? They're citing undocumented sources or sources that are telling them that this went on, and on and on. And the two are flat denying it. And even so, even if they were BFD, what is the whole? Why would it make any difference anyway, other than that? But again, they're running a disinformation war against Mike Lindell because he's supporting President Trump.
I wonder if he hooked her up with some pillows, though.
Maybe somewhere, maybe sent her a free pillow or something. They've never met, or they allegedly never met.
I like the comeback though about the secret.
Yes,
Kermit the Frog, and everything.
Kermit the Frog and Brad Pitt and all that. I mean, yes. I mean, again, and that's a great way. Just say something absurd and address it with absurdity. You're going back and forth. This is what this is the kind of crapiola we got to deal with every
crapiola.
day. Yeah. Well, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's entertaining. Erections and pillows. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And an old man sleeping. Who's our president? Hey.
Oh man, it's
Sunday's National Beer Can Appreciation Day. So
well, there you go.
That's all.
It's it's all. I guess it's all in a day's work on that. We're going to cover the other story that when we come back on the Mighty Met of the lawmakers, the National Guard, the troops that were made to sleep, that were guarding the 25,000 that were guarding the whole enchilada over there at the inauguration of Joe Biden, which they outnumbered I don't know the amount of people there, but probably 100 to 1 because there was probably only a couple hundred people there to do that. But they had 25,000 troops guarding. 25,000 troops to guard you. There's something wrong with that equation. Usually you are a tin-horn dictator that is afraid somebody's going to take you over if you need that much protection. But we'll get into that story and many more of that. We'll also talk with Ashely Cahffin. They have an event coming up, the Bucking Bulls. We'll get into that and many more things coming up on the next half hour of IE Newswire. Going back and forth.
Okay. Hey guys.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Stephanie.
Ooh,
We're about a minute out, guys.
We got a minute out to go. What?
There's a crash.
Of what?
Yeah.
Just find the crash fast. We got less than a minute. Hurry up. Fiery crash in Chino. Is that what it is?
Dang it.
You didn't find it.
I didn't find it.
Where's it at?
I don't know. My thing went away.
Oh, your thing went away? We better find your thing.
Oh, LA. Let's see.
30 seconds.
Here we go. See if we can play it. Probably going to give you an ad.
Dang it!
I knew it! Here we go. As we vamp trying to get the fiery crash. See if we can do it before the
10 seconds.
No, Sean!
SupplyKing.com.
OEM Supply King. We got it!
IE Newswire Daily is on the air.
The following is a paid program. Views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
There's that funky 1990 AM broadcasting all over the Inland Empire on that aforementioned AM band. Joining our vast video audience on IE Newswire, on Twitch, Facebook, and
On YouTube! Wow, we're so happy today. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and share us all over your world. And go over to our Twitch account and hit that purple.
I'm always happy when I'm wearing the
You need to wear that hat more often then, please.
aforementioned cowboy hat.
Please. It's great. I know. I got to wear mine too.
I
don't know if I'm going to wear it right now.
And to mention that, we're going to have Ashely Cahffin on from the Bucking Bulls. They have an event coming up in Winchester here pretty soon. She'll be on a little bit later. We talked about Hank Aaron. Unfortunately, he passed away today at 86. The home run king that surpassed Babe Ruth, hit the 715th home run in 1974, breaking Babe Ruth's long-standing record from the 20s of 714 of that. He passed away today at 86. What you don't hear, and this is why you should listen to IE Newswire, because you get the news you won't get anywhere else. Hank Aaron, along with a couple other high-profiled African-American black people, took the vid shot on January 5th. Coincidence?
I think not.
Of that, but they should report, and they had Hank Aaron, great baseball player, all that, of the accolades of that. But with all the stuff that's going on that, and the misinformation campaign, and we went on for the first half hour of the show of that, do you believe any of these guys? Like I said, you might as well forget about your kids going back to school. They're already setting this thing up that the new vaccine might not be as effective. Well, now it's going to be spread amongst kids. Well, we had Congressman Steve Stivers from Ohio that said, well, and he's a Republican. He said, well, I'd support the $1,400 new stimulus check that is proposed now by Biden and Pelosi and crew if you get the vaccine. Well, what good is that $1,400 going to do you if you're looking at the roots of the grass? We've heard about the bad batches and the people dying of it and everything else, and you've heard Dr. Kelly Victory talk about the rushed rollout of this vaccine, and we haven't tested this, and she through her information, they haven't tested it this way. We don't know we have no idea what the effects of this vaccine will ultimately have on us, but the first part of the evidence coming in, to me, does not look good.
I agree. Can we get to the crash now?
There you go.
Really quick?
Let's roll the crash.
All
There's
right.
the crash. Set it up.
Hang on. So there was a fiery crash caught on camera. A fiery car flew off out in downtown LA off the freeway. And the ABC reported that quick actions and several Good Samaritans may have helped save the driver's life.
Here we go.
I'm not sure how the graphics are going to be on this one, so I don't know. That's kind of my warning, people.
This rescue happened just
Can I
before
go back?
11 o'clock last night. It all went down on the one.
Crash in downtown LA caught on camera.
Here's a look at it. This rescue happened just before 11 o'clock last night at 6th Street.
Right here.
Look at this video. A witness says he saw
Look
a
at
car
that.
sparking on
Ouch.
the overpass when the driver just...
That is insane.
And
And the driver lived, it seems like, according to reports right now.
yeah, well, yeah, they got him out of the, the quick action got them, it looks like got him or her, I don't know what it is, the person out of the car. Was there only one person, or did it say in the article?
It sounded as if it was only one person. I just got prompted right now while we were on the show, so I didn't have time to actually read the whole thing or anything like that, but that is amazing. I mean, how terrifying is that?
It is, and I mean, not to say, or you
Terrifying.
don't want to make any judgments on that, but when you're driving, your attention should be 100% focused on driving the car. Being distracted by anything, especially like when you're in that, if you're especially going over a bridge or anything like that. I mean, you look away, you glance, you jerk the wheel one way or something, and it could have been another car coming into his lane or something he's trying to get away with.
Right.
Not saying we don't know, but it just goes to show you when you're driving a car, your attention should be 100% on whatever's going on. And always, and why I say this is always leave or try to leave yourself an out.
An out?
Yes. Never let, if something jumps up, if a car suddenly appears coming at you, or they're coming in sideways, coming in encroaching into your lane or something, always at least try to have enough gap or something that no matter what, you can move, make a reaction to get away from it or minimize any sort of accident that can come of that. So that's just Roy's helpful hint of driving tip for the day. Of that, but no, it is, it's a serious situation, and we all have the stuff of coming back and forth with we all get the texting and everything else, and there's much more distractions today, let's put it this way, and the cars with all the bells and whistles and 16-foot movie screen theaters in them with ring and ultra goofy stereo sound or whatever and all this, and you can play video games and everything else going on across the board of that. So even in today's market, you have a lot more distractions and going. Not saying anything like that happened, we don't know the details, but all it takes is that split second, and your world can be turned upside down. And it's great that person at least made it through or survived at least.
Yeah, and to those Good
Yes.
Samaritans too that went
Yes.
and got them out of the car or him out of the car. That's awesome.
We're going to switch gears on that, talk about something fun on a Friday of that, and Lord knows we need that. Event coming up in the Grand area of Winchester, which is east of the Temecula area, down in the rural area, and a very apropos event coming up. They're having the Bucking of the Bulls event on there. So Ashely Cahffin, who is one of the coordinators of the event, is going to come on and explain it. Ashely Cahffin, welcome to IE Newswire with Steph and Roy.
Hello, sir. How are you?
We're doing absolutely fantastic. I guess at the
Awesome.
end of the month, you're coming up with with a very great event for the kids and everything else. And Lord knows they need to get outside
Yes,
and do
they
something
do.
on that. Explain it to us.
Yes, sir. So we are a nonprofit youth organization, and we have riders ranging from the age 3 years old to 19 years old, boys and girls. Basically, we teach them the rules, lifestyle, the rodeo lifestyle, the fundamentals, and then we put on events with them after they have the proper training. So we have an event coming up. January 30th is going to be our first event at 1 p.m. in Winchester. We were based out of Norco the last 2 years, and we were able during the pandemic to continue doing what we do for the kids with the space. And we had 72 riders last year. So our first year in 2018, we had 36 kids. Last year, 72 kids, and probably this year more than what we had last year. So it's great. We know we teach the kids everything from, proper humane treatment for the animals to, having them reach their goals. All of them work really, really hard, and they are the future of the sport. So they are so much fun to come out and watch all their hard work go to place.
Events like this should really do my heart good, because anything that gets kids away from the little 3x5 screen that they become addicted to, or listening to bloop, 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 or watching bloop, bloop, bloop on the computer screen or whatever, playing these video games, you're putting them in I believe, especially, even discounting the almost year of the madness we've gone through of that to even make it worse, kids need more hands-on experiences, fingers in the dirt, riding bulls, on top of everything else, playing soccer, football. We've had to let them play folks on. All these events like this are even more important today than I think they've ever been in the history of the United States of America.
Absolutely, sir. It's been amazing to just have these kids have an outlet. And, me and my husband, we both come from a rodeo background. We actually met at a pro rodeo where both of us competed. So we really know what it takes and how important it is to teach these kids properly, and just their hard work and dedication and commitment. They're not going to do good if they're in front of a TV all the time. And so they understand that, and because we own our own livestock, they are able to be hands-on, helping us feed, helping us fix fence, and they do all that. They come in and they help us, and we just have the best team in the world to keep this going. Actually, last year with sanitary measures, and we were able to continue to have all of these members and not cancel any events. And the kids, had a place to come and be normal. And it's just so important in this day and age right now when everybody's trapped inside. And, that these kids were able just to be normal. And it's taken a lot of commitment on everybody's part. And it's just been amazing to watch them grow and how big our group has gotten.
You mean you actually...
That is awesome.
You actually let them use a hammer and nail to fix a fence? The poor dears might smash their finger with a hammer, and oh my God. I mean, I say that tongue in cheek.
Shut up.
But, I mean, ever increasingly, that's not too far out of the normal of what goes on, or, we get the helicopter parents and all that other stuff. But, yeah, I mean, doing things like this, I mean, I believe this 100%. I mean, our kids, more so today than in every other period, need this type of experience because it will serve them well, for a lifetime.
Oh, yes, sir. And what they're getting on miniature bucking bulls. So they look like full-size bulls that you would see on the PBR, professional bull riders. They look like that. They're big and they're stout, but they're miniature. So they're smaller and they weigh less, and they fit the cowboys and cowgirls. So yeah, it's amazing. We've brought miniature bucking bulls to California, and to see how much it's grown. And these kids, you guys can check us out on Facebook or Instagram at AK Bucking Bulls and see some videos of these awesome riders, and just their dedication really, really shows.
Yes, you're not putting them on a 1,500-pound, fully, dressed out rodeo bull. Again, it's like, the hands-on experience of that, of actually getting out there and doing something in the arena of that.
Steven writes in on Facebook. I know you guys are looking for a sponsorship right now. Do you have any information how you can sign up to maybe help you guys out, join sponsorship?
Yes.
How can you get your kids involved?
Yes, so we are a nonprofit organization, so it is tax-deductible donation. Basically, we have different ways of advertisement. On front of our bucking chutes, we have an area to put a banner. We have a big arena to put banners in, advertisement through our social media, vendors coming to the event. We have over 11,000 followers on Instagram. I'm not sure what our Facebook is at. But, giving to the kids is, we give awards out. So we give belt buckles and, all of this costs money. Arena fees, tractor, all insurance, all those types of things that go with having a group and an association. Like we have our banquet coming Sunday, and we have 72 kids getting jackets and buckles and, all those kinds of things. Yeah, and so rodeo is a sport that not every kid gets a trophy. Buckles are earned, but every single member does receive a jacket and member awards and things like that. So, yeah, we would absolutely love any type of support. Winchester is open to everybody. We have gone to this facility because we're able to social distance there. It's a huge facility with lots of bleachers and lots of space for everybody to come out and support the kids, get in some fresh air, and come out and support the kids. And we would absolutely love anybody that would like to jump on board and sponsor these amazing athletes, because they are the future, and they all work so hard. And just to see their camaraderie between one another, and rodeo is not a sport where you're jealous of one another. You're working against the animal, not one another. And all these kids have worked so hard building each other up and working with each other and training really hard. It's a really awesome sight to see, and we would love any support.
On top of that, or to expand that, if some parent or something wanted their kids to participate in that, is that possible, and what age group do you take in on that?
Absolutely, sir. So we start at the age of 3 years old, and it goes up to 19 years old, boy or girl. We have membership opening up at our first rodeo. We do take new members all year long. We do train the kids, so we have practices Tuesdays and Fridays, where they can come out and learn the fundamentals. And, we have gear that kids can borrow, because it does require a helmet and a vest and a mouthpiece. So if they're interested at all, they can direct message us through Instagram or Facebook, and set up a time for us to come out and see, if their kid likes it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
that's really cool.
They don't necessarily get that. They don't necessarily have to come out on January 30th. I'm seeing this as like a continuing program you guys have running all year at certain times.
Absolutely, sir. So we have one rodeo a month, and then we get invited to the professional rodeos that are out here, like San Bernardino, San Dimas, Norco Pro Rodeo, and we do a specialty act where we have about 9 of our riders ride, like right after the team roping, so they bring them into the actual rodeo. So we do events like that. We set up a booth, and a lot of kids come, through that, learn the ropes, and get introduced to us basically there. So we do specialty acts on top of doing, once a month, and then we have practice 2 times a week.
So yeah, you can get even if you can't make this one or something, if you want to give your kids the rodeo experience, or to get them some hands-on training, they can contact you and do it, at any time, during the year that you guys are available. I think that's absolutely awesome.
That is.
Yes. So my husband is our coach, and so he sets up personal time, personal lessons. All you have to do is just direct message us, and we can get your kids, introduced to the sport. And it definitely takes dedication, and it takes a lot of hard work, and that's why we put this energy into the kids, because to see them win the belt buckle at the end is awesome. So every rodeo, they get belt buckles, first place in each division. So there's 6 different divisions. It goes by, you would be competing against kids your own age.
So, again, tell them where this event is, and even if they can't make that, where they can get in contact with you again to have your kids go out there and experience some real life at a rodeo riding a bull.
Awesome. Okay, so we are going to be at the Wild West Arena, and that is at 32150 Grand Avenue, and that's Winchester. This arena is awesome. All of us grew up rodeoing at this arena, and it's been 5 years since they've had an event. So the kids have been putting a lot of work into the arena to get it prepared for this season. So it's been really fun watching it come alive the last couple of weeks. But you can direct message us on Instagram or Facebook and get your child involved. I also have a letter that, has our EIN and 501c number on it and different sponsor packages that are available. Any donations are also, very much appreciated. We do a raffle at each rodeo, and we do raffle items, and that helps towards awards for the kids. So if anybody wants to come and participate in our raffle, that also really helps the kids. And just come out and watch and support. Every kid loves to hear a loud crowd. It gets them pumped up. And we're able to social distance, like I said correctly, at this arena because it is such a big facility. So there's plenty of room to be safe and come out and support the kids. So, yes, you can always direct message us, too, to find out where we're going to be or when our next event is.
That's awesome.
Thanks for being on, Ashely. It's a great project. Sir. Much success, and we'll have you on in the future just to keep this project alive and well.
Absolutely, sir. We hope to see you guys January 30th. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Okay, bye.
That's a great, that
isn't that a great event? And I want to give Stacy a shout out. Stacy, thank you for writing into the page and getting in contact with us so we can make that happen and share it with the rest of the world because that's an awesome event.
Yes, it is. Anything that gets kids some hands-on experience. And again, they still, if you participate, you get a jacket. But again, if there is a reward for winning, coming in second and third, which I think is absolutely great.
Right. And I will also go ahead and put the flyers and the information. And if you want to be a sponsorship, she sent me all those flyers. I'll put those on a separate post on IE Newswire tonight. So that way you guys can go and check that out if you want to be a sponsor, donate, or anything like that.
Couple things I want to get to real quick that we didn't get in the first part. We went through the 25,000 troops, as you can see on number 4 of that. They put them in a parking garage in the middle of D.C. of that. Instead of providing for that, one report is that they had them all out there and they only had one working toilet for
What?
Yes, for all these guys out there. They're putting them in these situations of that until that they kicked them out of the Capitol and put them in the parking garage until everybody started raising holy hell about that. That's what your political leaders think of you, your military troops, and everything else.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Steven's comment. That's horrible.
Yes, it is.
It really is. And I know when they're out in the field and all that, they're probably used to having to stay on the floor. But, I mean, come on. Come on, man. Like Biden would say. Steven writes in and wants to ask, and I'm kind of scared, but I'm going to do it anyways. Does Roy support participation trophies?
Absolutely.
What the hell kind of question is that, Steven?
No. As you do that. This is in the Seattle Times. Key West wants to ban people from feeding roaming chickens on that. Yeah, this is in Key West, Florida. As you'd see them walking around, people are feeding the chickens. And what do you do when you feed the chickens? You get them running around, pooping. It made me nervous of that. Another one that's coming on that. This is about as maybe we should do this to fight the vid. This is in that in the aforementioned Daily Mail that had the story. Screaming Siberian children were made to strip to their underwear and throw buckets of icy water over themselves as part of the curriculum in belief it wards off infections. I mean, how
if anyone throws a cold bucket of water on my child in their undies, I'm kicking your butt. I'm just going to throw that out there. That's not going to work.
But I mean, I correlate it to why would you want them vaccinated, especially with this COVID stuff coming out, with a vaccine that just come off was rushed out. We don't know what the side effects are. We don't know what the consequences are. 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, 20 years down the line of doing this stuff. And it makes about as much sense to me of doing this, and that's why I wanted to show the story of that. It makes about as much sense to do this vaccine with all the misinformation and stuff that we brought out of all that, and they're saying of all that's been going on. Makes about as much sense to me as doing the icy water trick. I think the icy water trick probably potentially has a lot less harm to do than the vaccine potentially will do. We've seen the anecdotal evidence of that, people passing away. On top of that, legendary home run king Hank Aaron passed away today, when 2 weeks ago he got the Avid Vax of that.
Yeah, but you can't guarantee that's why he passed away, though.
Can't guarantee, but we've heard the deaths of all that have had the allergic reactions to that, and there's no problem. You believe your government?